Really nice looking fish.
Wow, that's a trophy.
That's a hog. Woo!
Nice job, you two.
There we go.
Lund Boats proudly presents the ultimate fishing experience. This week on Lund's The Ultimate Fishing Experience, we're off to experience the lore of Lake Superior's lake trout. The laker population within this massive body of water has seen its ups and downs over the last 150 years. With commercial overharvest and the introduction of sea lamprey, the future looked bleak for this native trout not long ago. Fortunately, a concerted effort to restore Superior's lake trout through stocking, limited harvest, and lamprey reduction has Superior's top predator well on its way to thrive in these icy waters once again.
Look at that, Lake Superior. That is a behemoth. Easy, girl.
Oh my.
That is a huge lake trout, and that will make your trip right there. My name is Grant Sorensen.
And I'm Morgan Sorensen.
And we're the owners of Superior Angling Company based out of Duluth, Minnesota. Today we're down here on the south shore of Lake Superior. We're going to head out about 20 to 25 miles and chase after big lake trout. Whether we're going to troll or jig, we're going to let the weather kind of determine that, but the fish should be hungry and we should be in for a good day. All right, here we go, huh? It's been a month or two since we've been in the boat together.
I know.
Looking forward to catching some trout today.
Yeah.
We have light winds, which is very good to see because Lake Superior can be very unpredictable at times, but the weather forecast looks great. This time of year we generally have higher water temps, so our lake trout will tend to be a little bit deeper in the water column. So we're going to be fishing adjacent to a reef structure, but you know, there's very deep water nearby, so these fish can move up to feed and then slide back off. So we're going to start out trolling just to kind of get a feel for where the fish are, what the fish are doing, where they're going to be. And then hopefully we can vertical jig them, huh? Mm-hmm. That's always the funnest approach. So this time of the year, the majority of the fish are a little bit deeper in the water column. So we're utilizing a variety of lead core, snap weights, and downriggers to get our baits down to the depths that these fish are at. So we have two downriggers, primarily fishing those right next to the bottom. So right now we're in about 80 feet of water, and we have these downriggers at exactly 80 feet. So you can just count on kind of the bow of the downrigger cable going back to, you know, you're not going to snag up. So, but you do want them really close to bottom, within, you know, 2 to 3 feet, because there are a lot of lake trout that live down in the rocks. And then out to our planer boards, on the outside boards, we just have straight lead core. Those are going to be a little bit higher rods, so anywhere from 2 to 5 colors of lead on those rods. And then on our inside board rods, we're running a combination of lead core and snap weights. So that just kind of helps us get even deeper. So we have, you know, anywhere from 30 feet to 50 feet to 70 feet, and then 80 feet on the downriggers covered. So we have that whole water column covered. And as the day progresses, you know, I'm sure we'll get bit on one presentation more than the other, so we can kind of change things up and go after that certain depth of the water column where the fish are the most active. So we're using our kicker motor for power, and then we're using our trolling motors to steer. So it makes it very easy for you know, me alone to control this boat while Morgan fights a fish and I net it even. So it's all about boat control when it's this wavy. I mean, you're running a lot of lines out. You know, boat control is a critical factor out here, and you know, this Lund is very easy to fish out of. How's it feel? It looks like there's a lot of weight there.
Yeah.
And that hit 2 colors of lead core, 5-ounce snap weight on there. And using a snap weight is just a quick and easy method to get your lure deeper without re-rigging your reel with a bunch of lead core. So Yes, you know, it would be about the equivalent of 8 or 9 colors of lead. It's a way to get that bait down 40, 50 feet. You know, when you hook a bigger fish like this, you want to slow your boat down, but you also have to be conscious of your other lines out. If you slow down too much, we're going to snag up. So we have to keep pressure on this fish and have to keep pressure on other lines out there, but we just want to slow down enough to give us the best chance of getting this fish in the boat.
Color.
That's a big fish. Awesome. That's a good way to start the morning, girl.
Woo!
That's a gorgeous Lake Superior lake trout right there. Woo! Look at that fish. Wow.
Not bad for the first fish of the morning.
That's a monster, girl. What a beautiful Lake Superior lake trout. And that's what it's all about right there.
That color,
Yep.
look at the green on top.
Yep, that's a gorgeous fish. Nice one.
Woo!
Yeah, and that's probably a, you know, a 15, 20-year-old fish, so we're gonna get her back in the water quick here and let her live another day, but yeah, that's a great start.
Oh,
Heck yeah, that was a good fish.
strong kickoff, holy moly, yeah.
That was a good one. Anytime you can start your day with a 15-pound lake trout out on Lake Superior, that's special. That's a fun fish. That's fun.
Savvy walleye anglers love wind-blown spots. They can load up with bait fish and concentrate numbers of walleyes in a small area. Let the wind lead you to a general area. Then scan it for the presence of bait and predator fish. Traditional 2D sonar can conceal game fish around bait fish schools or heavy cover. Lowrance's Fish Reveal boosts solid sonar returns, displaying game fish as traditional arches, while bait fish, cover, and structure are shown in high detail downscan imaging. Fish Reveal gives you confidence. You know what's a fish, what's bait, and a crystal clear readout of the structure and cover below. Try mixing blade baits into your artificial arsenal. They're highly effective at triggering reaction strikes with their hard vibrations. Cast around the boat and fish with an active lift and fall retrieve to cover water and catch the most active walleye.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
Lake Superior is it's a captivating body of water. I've been fishing it for about almost 25 years now. Grew up fishing it with my grandpa and his old aluminum Lund with an inboard on it, and we'd go out of Knife River up on the north shore of Lake Superior and catch trout and salmon, and to this day it's just had me hooked, and it's just so much fun, just the mystery out here, the challenge, the beauty of it, and just kind of what you're able to experience on a daily basis. But throughout the years, I think fishing's it's been getting better, and it's getting more and more attention out here. You know, people are realizing, you know, you don't need a big 30, 40-foot boat to fish out here. You know, a Lund boat such as this is perfectly fine out here and on most days. And but you know, with the control of the lamprey population, you know, back in the 50s, 60s, the lampreys almost wiped out lake trout out here. So you know, since the DNR's got those under control, our lake trout populations have increased even more, and this year the Minnesota DNR didn't even stock any lake trout, so that just shows you the strength in the numbers of the lake trout fishery, and that doesn't even touch on the salmon. Like the coho salmon bite out here on Lake Superior is excellent. It's just, you know, the health of the fishery is there. You know, if there's anything that needs a little bit of emphasis, it's releasing the bigger fish. Lake Superior is very cold and infertile, and any fish, you know, 35 to 40 inches, that's going to be well over 20 years old. So we've caught fish that are 30, 40, 45 years old out here. So it's just, you know, place extra emphasis on releasing and protecting our resource and releasing those bigger fish. But you know, if we continue to do that, I think the fishery is going to be good for a long time. So we're really excited to see that. And it's just so much fun to be out here. You just never know what you're going to experience on a daily basis. I mean, literally right now, a 50-pound trout could hit your line. So you just don't know, and that's the fun part about it for me. So you just don't know what's going to happen, and it's always a fun learning experience out here. There he goes. And that fish there is just on a flasher and spinning glow. So this acts as like an attractant to, you know, so the fish visually see it. And then this is behind it, and in the water it just kind of twirls around just like so, and it's a great presentation. You know, this time of year we rely on spoons mainly, but it's just good to have one of these in your arsenal and utilize it on a downrigger. It's the most effective on a downrigger right next to bottom. So yeah, it's a good presentation. Right there, he hit our rigger.
This one?
He hit it. I just bounced hard.
I was like,
I just brought it up to 60 too. He hit. Here he is. That's that fish we were just pointing out on the graph. That's a good one. Big head shakes. That's what we like.
Look at how much line
That's
it's
a
taking.
big fish. That's our big one. I don't know why it's your side of the boat again.
I don't want that board to go
That's
under.
a big fish. And that was those exact fish that we marked about a minute ago at 60 feet. And it just took a minute or two for our planer boards to get through those fish, and it hit. So that's what we always say is the more suspended the fish, the more active they're going to be. So I'm glad it bit and we have it hooked on. Hopefully it stays buttoned up. And there's so much water out here. I forget how much water they say is in this lake, but it is mind-boggling. So it's like, where do you start? Today we're fishing adjacent to some reef structure. So we're not on the reef, we're off the side of the reef, but these fish still will hold around it. So they move up into the shallows to feed, at night or even during the day, and then they slide back off it. So, you can fish randomly over deep water earlier in the year, but this time of the year, you need to be adjacent to structure. So whether it's islands or reefs or shoreline breaks, you just have to be close to structure, and you're going to find lake trout. He's going. Watch it. Get back here. Yeah, this is pure chaos right now. All right, step back for me. That's a good lake trout, girl. Holy cow! Come on, come on, come on, come on. What's going on?
Ow!
Gone. Morgan.
Oh.
That's heartbreak. That was a 20-pound fish. I don't know how that got off. I mean, you just don't know what can happen out here. You can come out here and catch nothing, or you can come out here and have a good day. So I think there's a lot more to come. So we're just gonna turn around and try to go back through. There was a group of 3 or 4 fish there that were suspended. That was with that big one that we lost. So we're gonna go and try to hook its friend, but there's so much current out here. There's almost a 1 mile an hour current heading south. So we're going with the current right now. So our boat's going a lot faster than I'd normally like to troll in a GPS sense. If you're going too slow with the current, your lures aren't going to be wobbling or vibrating. So right now we're going almost 3 miles an hour GPS speed. So water speed is probably right around 2, which is where we want to be to give those spoons the proper flutter. Downrigger. It released already. There you go. Good. The bite continues.
It's been a consistent morning.
It has been consistent, yep. That's just on a spoon, so usually what we do is run one downrigger with that spin and glow and flasher, and then run one spoon. So it's just nice to have both offerings down there kind of together in case a fish doesn't want to hit the spoon, they can slide over here. They don't want to hit the spin and glow, they can slide over there. There's just so many spots around Lake Superior that you can, do this style of fishing, whether you're in Duluth or up the North Shore to Grand Marais, Grand Portage, into Canadian waters, or down south, but down here along like Port Wing or Ashland, Bayfield area, into Black River Harbor, over to Marquette, Michigan. It's just it's just a style of fishing that you can do anywhere around the lake and have a good day. She's ours. That's a good one.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Lake trout. That's a fatty there. Holy cow. There you go. Nice. That's an awesome trout. Well over 10 pounds. That's a good one. That's fun to see. That's just a healthy fish. No lamprey scars on it. That's awesome. It's a beautiful, gorgeous. Look how thick it is. That's a nice trout right there, huh?
Yeah.
On the downrigger. These are So kind of a sample of the spoons that we use out here. Anything from 4.5 inch on down to 2.5. So out here in the open waters of Lake Superior, we prefer something a little bit bigger, something like this. You know, these fish are down there eating big herring and whitefish, so don't be afraid to use a big spoon. Anything white is good, and today anything bright colored, bright orange, chartreuse, you know, something like a watermelon is usually good. So, but again, just don't be afraid to use big spoons, because lake trout, small trout will eat big baits. Another better fish. You know, when it takes your planer board underwater like a bobber, it's a good one. Awesome, we just got that big girl back. These fish are going nuts right now. There we go, nice job, Morgan. All right, so now there's just a snap weight between me and the fish. But man, is this fun. I love getting out here on Lake Superior. And our 219 fiberglass Lund plays a huge part in that. Just the functionality of it. A 60-gallon gas tank allows you to have long runs out here into the lake. You can fish all day and make it back safely even if the wind does pick up. You know, almost 22 feet of fiberglass means you can span, you can get right over those waves when they do pick up out here. You can get back quick. And just the mounting options, like, you know, downriggers, Trax Tech, it mounts perfectly under the fiberglass. We can run, you know, 12, 15 rods off this boat. Full windshield keeps you dry when the wind picks up. You know, without this boat, we couldn't do a lot of what we do. And having that kicker motor on there allows us to troll down to slow speeds. We got the Minn Kota up front. It's just rigged up perfectly for Lake Superior fishing. There we go, awesome. Look at that. Lake Superior lake trout. Isn't that cool? Oh, do they put up a fight. Makes you sweat on a day like today. Fun. Super
Beautiful.
cool, yep, super cool. Let's get her back in the water. He hit, here he is. And that's proof that lake trout will rise a long ways to hit a bait, because that fish came off the bottom. We're in about 120 feet. He came up to 50 feet to look at this bait. So that just goes to show you how good they can see and how clear the water is. Oh, is this fish running. And for trolling, I prefer a rod like this Icon, just because it has a lot of forgiveness. So, you know, they're a little bit lighter weight rods. You're gonna get more of a fight and, you know, have more fun with the fish. But at the same time, you want a flexible rod for your downriggers, especially for your planer boards. You know, we like monofilament line as well, so you need that stretch, especially when you're out here in waves and those planer boards are jerking back and forth in the waves. You need a rod that can absorb that shock. So essentially what that's gonna do is make your bait run smoother in the water. So it's gonna be more enticing for a fish to bite it, versus if you're using a stiff rod and braided line, you're gonna have a very erratic lure action, which, you know, a lot of times will deter fish. So it's a good fish. Look at that. Look at that trout. Just one after another today. How special is that? Oh, is that fun? Look at that trout. Ambitious guy, comes up from bottom and rises 60, 70 feet to hit a bait. Cool. Having good electronics out here is imperative, just because there's so much water out here. These lake trout have so many places to hide. And if you don't have a graph that excels in deep water charting, you're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities. So like earlier today, we saw a couple fish that were down on the bottom and they swam up and right to our downrigger baits. So we know that there's active, aggressive fish down there. We can see fish way down in the rocks in 120, 150 feet of water. So you know, throughout the years, I've always said the Rance is one of my personal favorites in terms of deep water. So it works very well out here on Lake Superior. And it's always good just to have, you know, have good mapping and I mean, it's almost a safety precaution out here too, to have a good chart that you can see what's going on, see where you're at. Always kind of be aware of your surroundings and what's going on out here.
Little board.
Reel that as fast as you can. Middle board, there's a lot of fish out here. And that was a suspended one too that we grabbed about a minute ago at 60 feet. There, we got another fish.
my.
This is chaos. This is what you want. And this is why we do what we do and come out here. Oh. All right, we gotta figure out what to do here. I gotta get rid of this rod so I can reel in this fish. No. We're gonna, this downrigger fish feels decent. I can't really gain much on him right now.
Okay.
He should be in that 10 to 15 pound class range. We're gonna wanna slow our boat down, but I wanna wait till we get your planer board off.
Okay.
It's all strategy right now. It's just a lot of moving parts, a lot of things that go on. All right, there we go. Oh man, is this fun.
My snap coming.
Careful, I think we're tangled. I just gotta go under you, come over me. There we go. All right, now who's gonna be your net man?
Yeah.
Keep coming. Oh, there we go.
Fine.
Put down your rod and grab the net.
Got it.
Yeah, that's a good fish. I think mine might have you in size though. But that's a very
Yeah.
respectable fish. Oh, that's pretty looking too, huh? Mine is just staying down. Morgan's getting hers unhooked there. This is gonna be a fun double.
Yeah, you usually want to come up.
You don't come out here to relax and have a nice peaceful day on the water. You come out here to work.
an
This
arm
is
workout.
fast-paced action. No shortage of fish, no shortage of chaos. Whoa! That's a big trout there. Holy cow, that is awesome. And that is why we come offshore to catch big trout like that.
Holy cow, Grant.
Oh, look at that. Look at that, Lake Superior. That is a behemoth. Easy, girl.
Oh my.
That is a huge lake trout, and that will make your trip right there. Look at the character on here, all the lamprey marks.
Wow.
This fish is at least 25 years old. We're just gonna get her in the water back real quick, but
Wow.
that is the potential of Lake Superior, and that's why you come out here. Lake Superior is king for lake trout, baby. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Awesome.
What a double.
Awesome. Look at that fish swimming away. How cool is that? That
Oh.
makes your day. Unbelievable. What a day we've had. So much fun. Lake Superior. It's a place to be.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.